So, not far from here there is a place called Barsebäck. It used to be famous for its nuclear plant, but the nuclear plant is now being dismantled. So this leaves a big chunk of land available to explore and to utilize for something else. And given the energy crisis that we have right now, really the million-dollar question is, how should we best utilize this land? And as you all know, the best ideas, the best solutions comes from working together, combining different perspectives and promoting collaboration. And that is why I'm so happy that Ideon is supporting the energy company Uniper, who owns the Barsebäck site, how to find new ideas and solutions and partners to develop this site. And I would like to introduce Tove Barnaby from Uniper, who will share Uniper's vision about a clean energy park at Barsebäck. So happy to have you here, Tove, and the floor is yours.
Hello, so my name is Tove Barnaby. I work at Uniper. We're a company, we have about 10,000 people working for us in the world, and we work with different kind of power plants and also drive many projects, quite innovative also, in Europe and the Nordics. When we have a power plant, whether it could be a hydropower plant or a nuclear power plant, or when it comes to more thermal power plant, we usually have quite a lot, more or less, land around it. And in the case of Barsebäck, I'll just go through this. In the case of Barsebäck, we have a pretty big piece of land here, which is approximately 230 hectares, of which approximately 30 are down here, which are covered by the current nuclear power plant, which is, as Gustav just mentioned, undergoing dismantling right now. And this will go on until about 2035, 2038, something like that. The site in itself has been, since 2019, has been assigned the tag of being of national interest for energy production and energy distribution. One of the reasons for this is that in the middle of it, we have the TSO and the DSO's infrastructures. There's two very large transformative stations here in the middle, which can take in a lot of electricity and spread it out in the country. And these were they were ideally placed at the time, in particular when we had the nuclear power plant here, and we still have some gas turbines providing energy here also on the site. So we have a lot of land here. And the question is, what should we do with it? So I'm going to go back a bit here. So what we're aiming for is that we'd like to establish the Barsebäck Clean Energy Park on the site. And we'd like to see it as a unique platform for co-creation, innovation, and also use quite a few known technologies when it comes to production, when it comes to energy production, when it comes to energy distribution, but also different activities that can work in a way that can help in stabilizing the transmission grid. So we need more energy, yes, but we also need activities that help stabilizing the transmission grid. And one of them could be having activities that can be put on and switched off very fast. So when there is a lot of energy out in the system, we can use it. When there's too little energy in the system, we can turn it off. And then of course there's batteries, etc. But that's kind of what we're talking a lot about here. What we also want to work with is sector coupling. So not only when it comes to pure energy production and energy distribution, but also how could we use potentially biomass or biofuels or other kind of technologies on this site, both as a test bed, but also something that could spread and give more value to the region at large. And we'd like to, the point here is to work on delivering sustainable solutions to the energy challenges locally and globally, and then today and for the future. We also know that around this site, the site is in the middle of three large towns, Helsingborg, Lund and Malmö. Three towns that have undertaken very challenging CO2 neutrality goals, and they're working really hard to achieve these. And Barsebäck could be, again, potentially a test bed for some of the solutions that they're working on, but also could provide more energy and electricity to the region, and also other through the gas network, for instance. What could we do there? So it's still at a relatively visionary stage. Sorry, what did I do? So. And we're at a relatively visionary stage, but have started quite a few discussions with companies who would be interested in being part of this initiative. The role of Uniper here is, well, one initiator, because we've got this piece of land and showing that we have it here and it's available. Two, concept facilitator. This is a lot about stakeholder management, working together with the municipality, working together with the county, working to get the relevant permits, etc. But this is something where we need also, in time when we get more and more interest from companies who would like to establish their potential activities here, then it gets even more concrete with the municipality and the county. But we work a lot on our stakeholder management because that is really key. It's also something that we work consistently with in many other projects. We work a lot with hydrogen all over Sweden, for instance, and where the municipality and the county are incredibly important. We would then be the landlord for some of the activities, ecosystem provider and an enabler. And above all, we're really, really open to ideas. We are really actively pursuing collaborations on many different fronts. And so here again, we've again, from a very visionary perspective, we see how could we couple things together. Let's put in maybe a solar farm, and then we have some energy production, indoor farming, we have some biogas, a CO2 harbor, some sort of a public campus, also a sort of innovation hub when it comes to energy activities in the middle of all of this. Creating those synergies is really important for us in this project. So this is, well, one of the places where we want to reach out, and please tell us what, if you have any ideas on what could be done here on this site. Everything from energy production to energy storage, distribution, other activities, biomass, biodiversity, landscaping, etc., etc. Because one of the challenges also with this, or generally speaking in Skåne, is that it is said that Skåne is the feeder of Sweden. And the land that we have today is by all means used partly as agriculture. But at the same time, the Department of Energy has said, yeah, okay, then maybe agriculture has to happen somewhere else, because this is so important from an infrastructure perspective. But if we could find a way of marrying these two things, having innovative agriculture together with these activities is also something we're looking at. So concretely, we have SLU, who's coming this at the end of the fall, who are coming to their master students, are coming and going to make a master study with our site as a base. So that's going to be very interesting. We're going to have a few events around that. And then we're organizing a few other events together with Ideon Open. Again, in this sort of gesture of, okay, reaching out, finding collaborations, and then of course Uniper has quite a lot of network we're also working on to find these collaborations. But we want to hear what you guys have to say, what your ideas are. That's really the focus here. We don't want to develop something which isn't what people need and want today. Thank you very much.
Thank you.